Government's not prepared, man. But Ian Ziering is.
Let's go kill some sharks!
Sharknado was the made-for-TV movie that turned into a cultural phenomenon, generating 5,000 tweets a minute and fast becoming SyFy Channel's biggest hit ever. Reason TV caught up with the cast and crew of Sharknado 2, the second one, to talk about the business of Mockbusters, examine the fine line between camp and crap, and learn what Sharknados have to teach us about our culture, our government, and ourselves.
There's a sort of self-aware playfulness about Sharknado. How does that inform your performance?
You know, with all the dedication and professionalism that actors bring to any role, we bring to this. This wasn't an opportunity to wink at the camera and say, hey, look, we both know I'm better than this material. No, you really have to, you know, get all your sillies out when you're screaming, there's flaming sharks flying out of the sky. But if you put yourself in that situation, if you change your perspective, shift your perspective to that reality, it's not so funny.
A lot of the humor in these movies are character-driven humor. And it's funny because they're reacting as opposed to being all over the top and goofy and funny. And I think that's why it works. There's an earnestness to what we're doing.
It's one of my favorite genres, but it's very tough to pull off. You know, it's very difficult to make a movie that works well on a couple different levels. You know, whether it's on accident or on purpose.
We make Snicker bars. It's prepackaged. They pretty much all taste the same. You shouldn't have too many of them.
The Asylum is the production company behind Sharknado, and producer David Rimawi likes to say they're in the Mockbuster business. But producing Snakes on a Train after Snakes on a Plane, or Transmorphers on the heels of Transformers, creates a never-ending stream of legal challenges, and the Asylum pushes the limits of intellectual property law on a daily basis.
We're not very creative, but we're much more creative than the studios, or at least the same level of creativity, because 70 to 80% of everything that the studios put out is based on some kind of known entity or brand or trademark, from remakes to adaptations. We do that as well, using their products in a way.
As the Asylum's gone more mainstream, they've even inspired knockoffs of their products.
There was a game that came out right after Sharknado, Shark Tornado. And I'm just like, these guys were quicker. Shame on us. Shark Tornado, we don't own that. I mean, so I was just jealous.
The storm's going to hit in 90 countries all within 24 hours. It's a global launch of a television movie.
Social media really helped this movie get an audience and gain an audience. It's basically word of mouth. This is the movie that people didn't just want to see, they wanted to share their experience with other people.
What I think is great about what's happening in the movie industry is you have people like Gareth Edwards, who did Godzilla. His movie before that was Monsters, a $600,000 movie that he did pretty much on his own. You have Ryan Johnson, who makes quirky little comedies. He's doing the next Star Wars movie. There's a lot of waste in Hollywood. I think what's happened is that people like myself and them that know how to do these things on a budget, we're grateful for whatever money you give us. We're grateful you gave us a plane set, and we make it work. We make magic out of it.
I definitely wouldn't say it's wrong as a filmmaker to come up with an important, inspirational, interesting story and put it out there on film for an audience. You just need to be realistic about what it takes to successfully find its audience.
So do you think a FEMA would respond effectively in the case of the Sharknado?
Government's not prepared, man. But Ian Ziering is. It's an important film, dude. It's about the environment and about our infrastructure. And I hope these politicians fucking pay attention to it. Good question.